Hello, this is Roland. Well, today I want to share with you some more of the greatest advice in the world. My first video was entitled Greatest Advice in the World, How to Forgive and Forget. Then I talked about how to forgive. A lot of people know they need to forgive. See, it blocks you. And that's how you carry, that's what maintains the baggage from the past. It's unforgiveness. It's a great block. Christ often spoke of unforgiveness. And he spoke about the importance of forgiveness. Well, in the first video I told you how to forgive. It's very simple. Of course you have to want to, or be ready to. Let's put it that way. And the answer is, let go of resentment. It helps when you get older and you've walked a mile in your parents' moccasins, for example, and then you discover that you're a lot like them. You see yourself yelling at your kids the way they yelled at you. Now you realize they weren't doing it deliberately. You realize that they were impelled, that they were lost, that they were out of control, that they were not happy with the way they were, that they couldn't stop themselves. And they didn't have anybody to teach them, perhaps as I'm teaching you now, if you have an ear to hear. So that makes it easier to forgive them. Okay? But now, in this lecture, I want to talk about intuition. The greatest advice in the world. Trust your intuition. Now, how many times have you heard that? How many times have you heard that? Every woman who's ever taken a self-defense course has been told, trust your gut, trust your intuition. And that's what I've been saying now for 26 years. If you could learn to find your intuition, it's the still small voice. It's what you know in your heart. It's what you know wordlessly. Okay? If you could learn to listen to sense it, and to believe it instead of doubting it, instead of brushing it aside and rushing after some goal, instead of making something too important, then it would lead you to many wonderful things: a safe life, a purposeful life, to discoveries, wonderful discoveries, to understanding. See, if you had understanding, remember when you were a little child, and a lot of adults didn't have understanding. They were mean when they should have been soft, and when they should have been firm about something, like, no, you can't go out after midnight with those people, then they were too easygoing. They accused you of doing things you didn't do, and they forced you to go to be with people that were not nice. Maybe a mean babysitter. You tried to tell your mom, but she wouldn't believe you, and so on. They didn't have understanding. See? Well, so you knew when you were a little child, you knew in your heart, you knew wordlessly, okay? You knew wordlessly in your heart that if they had understanding, everything would have been okay. And you knew, too, if they had understanding, then they would have seen that things weren't so bad. It wasn't so reason to be so angry. Your mom was angry at your dad. Your dad was angry about something or uncommunicative. And they were fighting with each other over trivial things. If they had understanding, they wouldn't have been fighting. See, you knew that as a little child. You knew if they had understanding, okay? So what I'm saying is that understanding is the great balm that tempers life in a very beautiful way, okay? And so now you need understanding. Oh, and what I want to say too, you knew if your mom had understanding, she wouldn't have been so upset. And she got mad at herself too, angry at herself. Your dad got angry at himself. If they had understanding, they wouldn't have been so hard on themselves either. So now you're an adult, and now you see that you need understanding. You need it for other people, for your partner, for your kids, for other people around you, and you need it for yourself. Where are you going to get understanding? You're going to get it from intuition. It's like a fount of understanding, insight. Okay, over again.